Morning all. On another wonderfully sunny day, I've decided to let it all stream in today and create that glow because it is just such wonderful weather at the moment. Apologies for my strange quiff that I am sporting today, but my hair has decided just to take on its own style and I can't really do anything with it. It is growing, which is great, and all those bald patches have finally disappeared. It's quite amazing how quickly it's starting to grow. Today, I'm going to talk about the support that I accessed over the last few months, the charities that have been very valuable sources of information and support. So that is today's topic. But just to give you a little bit of heads up, I've been invited to have my radiotherapy planning meeting on Friday. So that will be the subject for next week's vlog. And I think the one after that will probably be just talking about the general radiotherapy treatment. It's quite exciting that the end is in sight of active treatment. And once this is over, it will be then the hormone therapy that I will be taking. Although still very apprehensive about it with all the virus news that we are getting. I'm not too happy about going into hospital, but my mind has been put at rest by fellow breast cancer patients that are going through radiotherapy at the moment. They've told me it is very, very safe and not to worry. So really just focusing on the positives and getting it done. So the charities that have been useful to me. So the first one, and probably the most that I've used, is Breast Cancer Haven. Our local centre is in Solihull, and I first became aware of it when I was given my pack right at the very beginning. Once really I'd been diagnosed with cancer, I was given this leaflet in my pack, which detailed the ability to have 10 hours of free therapies. So I didn't look into it straight away. I think it was really more at the beginning of this year when I started to feel a bit more aware or confident about what I was looking for. But went along in January and had an assessment with the resident nurse. Actually, on my occasion, it was the clinical director that did my assessment because the resident nurse was on holiday. But that was an hour-long appointment, and that was going through all of the information about my specific cancer, what treatment I was receiving, a little bit about me personally, my well-being, what I did for a living. And then following that assessment, I was then given some suggestions for how I could use my 10 hours of free therapies. So I would urge you to take a look at Breast Cancer Haven. They have got centres in Hereford, Worcester, Solihull, London, Wessex and Yorkshire, Leeds and Yorkshire. And so there's not many of them, but if you can get to one, it is very, very useful and a great environment. Basically, there is within it, there are the therapy rooms where you can go and have your free therapies. There's also classrooms for the classes that they put on. So they do yoga classes, meditation and mindfulness. So it's really worth looking at the website. And at the moment, they're doing a lot of things virtually using Zoom, which is the virtual calling platform. But they have a kind of workout room, therapy rooms, but they also have, certainly mine does in Solihull, a library where you can go in and have a look at any sort of cancer information that you're seeking, or just take some time out. Comfortable seats and a very peaceful environment. There in our centre there is also a cafe where you can just put your donation in, help yourself to a cup of tea, and a beautiful garden where you can go out and just get a bit of time out if that's what you're looking for when we are not in lockdown. It's an opportunity to meet fellow warriors or survivors and to talk about your journey My reason for going along was really that I'd found that they do Nordic walking classes. So I went along to have my assessment. I got some free Nordic walking introductory classes as part of my therapist, but then I started to do the classes that happen every week. So for an hour every week for £6, I would meet at the centre, and then with all the right equipment, we would then go out and do some Nordic walking with fellow cancer patients, run by a brilliant instructor called Hazel Jonas of Nordic Walk Now. It was just fantastic to get out and do some exercise, but have some good conversation too, and always ending the sessions with a nice cup of coffee. I also accessed for free the acupuncture, which I'm still in the middle of. That was because of my hot flushes that I'm getting. But I've also got things coming up for mindfulness. I've got some nutrition, and all of this is free. So a really great resource that I would urge you to go and have a look at. And the other thing that I found really useful was the Millen Cancer Support Charity. I use this primarily to get some financial advice, which was excellent. So it was really easy to get through on the telephone. I was put through to somebody, a financial expert, who then spoke to me about what I was looking for, called me back and told me what she'd found, and then emailed me with all the information, which has then led me to look at certain benefits that I could claim for. Also looking at things like council tax reductions, getting on the priority list for your local energy providers. If you have a need of a call out, you can get call out as a priority. So there's a number of benefits that I hadn't realised that I could get or gain access to that really helped me with Macmillan. They also do counselling, and they do family counselling as well. There are many other charities out there that you could access. Breast Cancer Now, Cancer Research. Their websites are full of information. Also case studies and accounts from individuals that have written about what's happened to them or videoed their stories. And then there's also things like walkthewalk.org. If you fancy a bit of an adventure, a bit of a challenge, they do lots of activities that are raising money for breast cancer. And of course, that's where I had joined to do the moonwalk in London, which of course sadly has been postponed. Another source of support has been Facebook. So there is a closed group, breast cancer group on Facebook that you can ask to be a part of, which is a great opportunity to network with fellow warriors, and you can talk to them about what you're going through. I did speak to them about my radiotherapy treatment. And Paxman Scalp Cooling have a closed Facebook group, which I've found enormously valuable to get support around, of course, the cold cap and care of my hair, particularly now that all of that has finished and what do I do next. So that's what I have used for support, as well as, of course, my fantastic support bra group of friends that are there. Some of them are fellow cancer survivors that have also been able to help me, but also people that are totally not related to that at all, that can just give me some great fun messages that have really helped over this period of time. Hope you found that useful. Just to reiterate then, Breast Cancer Haven, Macmillan Support, Facebook, closed Facebook groups for breast cancer and for the Paxman Scalp Cooling, and a good support friendship group. I hope that's useful. See you all soon.